Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you. So I wanted to share with you a little bit about what was going on with me last night. I had just finished a long day of work. I eventually wasn't able to go to one of the activities that I'd wanted to go to. And to be honest with you, I was a little bit in a sad mood. I was reflecting on, some of my past. The fact that I was once married, I'm no longer married, I haven't seen my children, not due to my own choices, but due to external circumstances. I can't see my kids. I'm being kept from my kids. And I was remembering all of the joys of being in a relationship. And honestly, my marriage was somewhat toxic, and I realized later that it's better that I wasn't a part of it, but it still left me longing for companionship, for connection, for someone else's company, from having someone in my home. You know what I mean? And it was disheartening. It really made me sad. It made me feel like it was a difficult moment, and it made me kind of brought back a lot of negative thoughts. And I realized that one of the ways that I'm able to give myself comfort in those situations is simply to realize one eternal truth. In life, change is constant. Always. When I was younger, I was smaller, and then as I aged, I grew. I didn't stay the same size I used to be, I grew. My intelligence grew, my understanding grew, my hair color changed, right? All of change is part of life. And no matter what stresses I'm feeling and discomfort and loneliness I'm feeling now without a companion, the reality is my life isn't stuck like this forever. It will change. I'm taking steps that I need to make it change, and it will change. And there's comfort in knowing that no matter what my affairs are today, they can be and will be different tomorrow. There was a time at which I had left my job and I was looking for work, and I didn't have a job. And then one fine day, God gave me a job, and I had a job. So all of the struggles, all of the distresses, in a moment, God can change our circumstances and take things away. And in the same way, in a moment, God can bestow abundance upon us. And so coming to grips with the reality that change is just a natural course of life helps to take a little bit of the edge off. When things aren't exactly the way we want them to be now, at least we can take solace in the fact that it will change. And I'm sure that you've heard this quote from the Bible. It's pretty famous. It says, "This too shall pass." And it's the truth of everything. Everything that's going on right now will change. There's something different that we have to look forward to. So if there are things that we're struggling with, if there are things that we're trying to overcome, we're not going to feel stuck and be stuck emotionally, psychologically, sociologically, physically. We're not going to be stuck for the rest of our lives. And I think that that's what Shaitan tries to do, is to make us feel like whatever challenges we're facing in this moment today are going to be with us for the rest of our lives and never end. And it's just not true. Things come and things go. The winter comes, and then it changes into the spring, and then it changes into the summer, and then it changes into the autumn. It's always changing. Things are not constant in this life. The only thing that is constant is the fact that things are constantly changing. And I find that being able to reflect on the fact that the difficult feelings that I'm feeling now, they'll pass. But the key to letting them pass is feeling them now and not stopping them. Because if I stop my emotions and stop my feelings and stop my thoughts from going forward, what I'm doing is I'm shutting down how I naturally feel. I don't want to get caught in this sad thought, and again, it's past already, to be honest with you. But I don't want to get stuck in these thoughts forever, but I need to allow myself permission to feel the negative thoughts and to move through them. One of the things that you can think of life is like a continuum. It's like a pendulum, it swings back and forth and back and forth. And it swings between hope and despair. And life is constantly swinging back and forth between them. And the reality is that when it gets stuck in one position, that's when we have problems. When we get stuck in despair, we feel like it'll never shift again. We just have to let it get unstuck. And even if we get stuck in joy or in hope, you don't want to be stuck there either, because there are going to be challenges and difficulties, and you don't want to set yourself up for failure and set yourself up for disappointment, right? But life is constantly going between these two like a pendulum, and we just have to allow ourselves to simply embrace the flow and the change of life. And if sometimes when I'm feeling really sad and dark thoughts, I decide to just accept them and accept that they'll change. And another strategy that I like to use is to engage myself in something positive that will help to change my situation. So I was feeling kind of sad, so I decided to connect to Allah, and I read a very beautiful dua, and I felt connected, and it helped to shift my night. And ultimately what I did, I went to bed, and I woke up on the right side of the bed, and here I am today, not feeling those negative thoughts anymore. So I just wanted to share this experience, that sometimes remembering that change is constant can bring us solace when we're feeling a difficult time, because it's not going to last forever. And with that, I bid you peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.